Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Brandon, here today with a special video game collection episode on my original Xbox. The original Xbox is one of my favorite consoles of all time, and it's a console I really like to collect for. There's a lot of great exclusive games for the Xbox, and there's just a lot of fun and different types of games you don't see on the GameCube or PS2. So let's go ahead and check out my awesome Xbox original collection. So how this is going to work is I have 3 piles of original Xbox games. So I'm just going to pick one up, show you. So just kick back, relax. We're going to have a really fun, just long, decent sized episode of me just talking about some of my favorite games in my Xbox collection. So I really hope you enjoy this. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So the first game I have is the Collector's Steelbook for Doom 3. Doom is one of my favorite first-person shooters ever. And once I realized that Doom 3 was getting a collector's edition, or it had a collector's edition on the original Xbox, I had to have it. There is a slipcover. I don't have it, unfortunately, but I absolutely love this gorgeous, gorgeous steelbook. Even on the back, there's some like demons and stuff, which is really cool. Need for Speed Most Wanted, nothing special, traditional racing game. Thought this was basically like the pinnacle of the racing games for Need for Speed. I really enjoyed this one. One of my favorite Mortal Kombat games is Mortal Kombat Deception. This is a 3D fighting game, and I just thought the characters and just how they looked were really cool and depicted very well in Mortal Kombat Deception. Also, not to mention, there's some cool mini games such as Mortal Kombat Chess. They also have Mortal Kombat Karting, I think, or that could be Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Midway Arcade Treasures 2. This is a pretty awesome collection of games. You have some of my favorite old school games on here, such as Rampage World Tour, Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, also Mortal Kombat 3. Really enjoy this, and also a big reason for me why I did want it was also it had Primal Rage, which is a cool prehistoric fighting game. Midtown Madness 3. This is a sequel to a game I used to play the hell out of on my PC when I was a kid. I absolutely loved the original PC game. This is good too, but I almost bought it straight off for nostalgia's sake, and I never got to play the third game, and then once I finally did, it was cool. I mean, it did something different, and I don't know. No, it's cool. Alright. The Mega Man Anniversary Collection. This has 10 old Mega Man games. It is, I think, to this day, still the definitive Mega Man collection. A classic Rockstar game. This is Manhunt. It's pretty graphic, I would say. One of my favorite Rockstar series. I'll just take these two. They are the Max Payne games. I think the storytelling in these games are absolutely incredible. The movie wasn't really good, but this is by far one of my favorite games. Still has a couple scenes in that game which actually really haunt me. This is Kingdom Under Fire Heroes. This is kind of a hack and slash Dynasty Warriors kind of game. I played a little bit of it. I did enjoy what I did play of it. It was cool. Alright, I have a good story about this one. This is Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. This is by far, I think, aside from Steel Battalion, the most expensive Xbox original game. And with that being said, I didn't own this when I was a kid. I just bought this. I bought this recently. I would probably say about a year ago. I spent a good penny on it. I had this on the PlayStation 2 when I was younger, and I think it fell into one of those foolish mistakes where you trade in games. Thank God I don't do that anymore. But I did buy this, and I needed it for my Xbox because the Xbox is one of my favorite consoles to go back to. And Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, it screams me, and it is just, if you haven't played this game, I really entice you to somehow go out and find it, or wait for the sequel kind of version, which is Jurassic World Evolution, coming out in 2018. Really love this game. You have a cool BioWare RPG, which is Jade Empire. I have the limited edition, like shiny cover. Really like that game. This is a Quantic Dream game, a game I played this past year and fell in love with, Indigo Prophecy. These are the guys who made Heavy Rain and also Beyond Two Souls. I adored this game. It is definitely the weakest out of the three, but they just create these like crime dramas that are so interesting, and some of the scenarios they really put you in are shocking. I got a bunch here for this game series. I guess you can tell I really enjoy Halo. Halo Combat Evolved is my favorite first-person shooter of all time. There is no introduction, I feel like, to Halo. If you don't know what Halo is nowadays, I'm sorry. Halo Combat Evolved, fantastic game. Master Chief, you create a sci-fi shooter that is absolutely fantastic. I know the games aren't as good now, but Halo 1 through 3, ODST, and Halo Reach will be always very special to me. And it's all because of Halo Combat Evolved. Then I do have Halo 2, an awesome, awesome sequel. I have the collector's version here. It's a steelbook, an early steelbook with Master Chief on the back. It's like a platinum shininess. And then, of course, I have 2 Halo 2 copies. Technically, 3 altogether. Can't have enough Halo 2. You never know if these are going to get scratched or not, you know? It's just, it's Halo 2. You know. HalfLife 2. HalfLife 2 is another game that's huge. I didn't play it that much on my Xbox. I have played a little bit of it on PC. I don't really see the hype behind Half-Life 3 personally. I think it's a cool series. No big attachment for me, but it is something interesting for sci-fi shooters. Alright, we have Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This is my favorite Grand Theft Auto out of the original 3 on this generation of consoles. This is the Xbox Special Edition collection looking copy. And on the back you have some cool characters. And also, I did buy this from like a Goodwill. You got a cool poster that I guess the previous owner kept in there. So thanks for that. Alright, this is Guilty Gear X2. Guilty Gear is a anime kind of fighter created by Arc System Works. It's a very cool fighting game. I didn't play too much of this version. I just picked it up because I got it in part of a deal. But I really do like the Guilty Gear games. They're really cool. Alright. Digimon Rumble Arena 2. This is a great game. This is a game that I would put right next to Smash Brothers, to be honest with you. It is a great party game, and the Xbox does it so well. It was also on the GameCube, I believe, but this is the console I ended up picking it up for. Digimon Rumble Arena 2 is awesome, and I always find myself coming back to it because it's just so cool. Alright, we have Destroy All Humans 2. This is the sequel to the original Destroy All Humans, which I personally think the original is better. I haven't played too much of the sequel, but the original Destroy All Humans and the idea of the aliens and just the time, where it was set in time, very, very, very fun games. But if I do remember correctly, it is a little difficult. Alright, this is Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. It's going to be hard to talk myself out of why I own this, but it is a very, very cool beach volleyball game. And there's also some cool gambling scenarios, which when I do have friends over and whenever we do play, we do laugh. Also got this pretty, Japanese lithograph thing. I'm not going to go into details. You guys are probably wondering why I own this game. It's fun. Alright, we got Dead or Alive 3. This is the third entry into the Dead or Alive series. This is a Platinum Hits version. That's probably why you're wondering why the platinum silverish color. This is a cool game. I feel like a lot of the Dead or Alive games play the same, though. Then this is the Dead or Alive Ultimate Collection. This is a special version where it bundles Dead or Alive 1 and 2 together and kind of restores them in a higher resolution from what they originally were on. This is a great bundle. Again, though, Dead or Alive 1 plays like Dead or Alive 5, Dead or Alive 2 plays like Dead or Alive 3. The only ones that are different are the beach volleyball games, because they are beach volleyball games. They're not fighting games. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's how much I really played of the Dead or Alive series. An awesome Sega game. This is Crazy Taxi 3. Crazy Taxi is an awesome, awesome game. I think almost everybody has either heard of the first Crazy Taxi or have even played it in an arcade. It's just so fun, and the Offspring being the main, I guess, band to create their music, so much fun to play Crazy Taxi and enjoy. This one's really cool though, because you get Crazy Taxi 1, 2, and 3 bundled into one disc for the original Xbox. Call of Duty 2, big red one. This is probably my favorite Call of Duty before Modern Warfare 4, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. This was a very engaging and awesome Call of Duty, written and directed by Treyarch. And I thought this game was really cool. And then, of course, Infinity Ward came in with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and kind of changed how Call of Duty was then looked at. Here we have a cool mascot game. This is Blinks the Time Sweeper. I really like Blinks, despite what some people say. This was definitely the character before Master Chief, where, you know, Xbox like, well, GameCube and Nintendo have Mario, and PlayStation has Sly Cooper and all them. Let's try and create our mascot, and they tried using Blinks. I really liked Blinks. I would love a third game. Alright, this is a cool FPS game called Black. This is where it's literally gun porn. I feel like if you are going to pick up any gun in this game, it sounds authentic, it reacts authentic. Everything you can do in this game blows up, and you can shoot certain things, and it all interacts. It's very ahead of its time. I really enjoyed Black. Where's the sequel? Alright, this is Gun. This is a game that I think heavily inspired Red Dead Redemption. It's a Western cowboy type scenario. I played a little bit of it, but it really, really feels like Red Dead Redemption, and I feel like that is what this was based off of, or at least inspired by. Alright, my friend picked this up for me, and it is Steel Battalion. Steel Battalion is a rare Xbox kind of deal. With Steel Battalion, you are sitting in a mech, but to actually control the mech, this company, Capcom at least, created a terminal of controllers, and you can operate them, and that's how you play Steel Battalion. I've tried it once or twice at a local video game store. It was a really cool experience, but very expensive. Alright, one of my favorite Star Wars games of all time, and that is Star Wars Republic Commando. You're playing as a clone army, or a clone troop, and it's just, the characters are relatable, they're really cool, and they're badass, and honestly, all of the combat and gameplay, it feels really comfortable. Alright, Star Wars Battlefront, the game that just started awesome, awesome Star Wars games. This game is just nuts. You can just, it's Star Wars Battlefront. I feel like by now everybody should understand what Star Wars Battlefront is. It's basically warfare, but Star Wars. It's awesome. One of the best fighting games of all time. This is Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2 was on 3 consoles. It was on PS2 with a guest character, Heihachi Mishima from Tekken, and on GameCube with Link from Legend of Zelda. This version is my favorite though, because it has the comic book character Spawn from McFarlane Comics. Love this game, play it all the time. Sonic Mega Collection Plus. This is a compilation disc of a whole bunch of Sonic games and a couple other old Sega games, like Sega Genesis games. I really like this. I feel like I own it on a bunch of consoles, but I guess I really can't get enough of Sonic the Hedgehog. Silent Hill 4 The Room. This is a game I still have yet to play. I did end up buying it because I wanted to really dive into the Silent Hill games after I was just binging all of this stuff and information on them. I have played Silent Hill 2, which is absolutely awesome, but I haven't played Silent Hill 4. And speak of the devil, this is Silent Hill 2 Restless Dreams. This is an Xbox version. I believe if you get the greatest hits version of Silent Hill 2 on the PS2, you get the special episode that is in this version. This game is awesome, and it's one of my favorite horror games of all time. Pyramid Head and how James and he deals with these situations, it's something I can't explain. You just gotta play it. And here we have Sega GT 2002. I don't care, that's why I own that game. It's because of Jet Set Radio Future. Jet Set Radio Future is one of my favorite games of all time. It is awesome. It has this really cool cel-shaded style. The soundtrack is fantastic, and it's just so much fun to play. This is a big reason why I always turn on my Xbox original. Then we have the Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. This is a really cool game, and the graphics are way ahead of its time, starring Vin Diesel. Red Ninja, End of Honor. This is a game I picked up because I got a deal on it. It looked pretty cool. I remember I played a couple minutes of it. Don't got much to say about this game. The Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. It kind of goes back to Red Ninja. I played Sands of Time. That was an awesome, awesome game. But also, you have a lot of other sequels, I guess, that happened with this. My one friend told me to pick this up, and it was really shocking. I absolutely love this game. This is Sid Meier's Pirates. You basically be a pirate, and you kind of roleplay. It's really, really cool. Alright, we have Panzer Dragoon Orta. This is a really cool rail shooter, and it looks so ahead of its time for the original Xbox. I really enjoy this game. I haven't played a lot of it, but I can't wait to actually sit down and play through the whole thing. Alright, this is Otogi, Myth of Demons. This is a game created from Software, the creators of Dark Souls, and it is a game where you are hunting demons, and it's not like Dark Souls. It's kind of like a hack and slash. It's very unique, but I had a lot of fun playing it. It was really enjoyable. I need to pick up the sequel. Alright, here we have Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. This is a game I feel like a lot of people should know more about. You're like this lion, you're the stranger, and he hunts down these goons, and you're basically a bounty hunter lion, and he uses these like fur balls as like weapons. It's really creative. It has a lot of charm. I totally think you should check out Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. Alright, this is just like Need for Speed Most Wanted. This is Need for Speed Underground. This is the first of like the Fast and Furious kind of games that did come out around those times when those movies were really big. Alright, then we on our third pile. This is Dino Crysis 3. This is the third version, or the third edition to this series, and this is the reason I would honestly say why Dino Crysis did flop. They put dinosaurs in space, and they're not like normal dinosaurs. They are like zombie-ish, and they kind of have weird powers. Dino Crysis 2, fantastic. Just remake that. We don't need Dino Crysis 3. Alright. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. I love this game. I love the sequels to this game, but this game in particular is awesome. I just remember renting it from Blockbuster when I was a kid, and when I put it into my Xbox, I was amazed. I was like, I am being Godzilla. I'm beating up all these other creatures. I'm beating up Rodan. I can't believe I get to be King Ghidorah. Fantastic brawling game. I absolutely love Godzilla. I love Godzilla. Alright, this is Far Cry Instincts. This is a game that I honestly haven't played yet. I love Far Cry 2, 3, and 4 was pretty good, and I'm excited for Far Cry 5, I believe, in a couple more months. Alright, this is another big Xbox game, and that is Fable. This is a game where you kind of create your own path in this fantasy epic where you can be evil or you can be good. The choice is yours. I always like being the good guys. There's a lot of charm to these games, but Fable 3, in my opinion, really just, that's where I lost interest. Alright, and then I have the Platinum Edition for Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Why can't we get a remake of this? Why can't we get a remake of Oblivion? We're just going to keep getting more Skyrims, but the original Elder Scrolls games past Skyrim were really good, and I think these games deserve it just as much as Skyrim keeps getting praised. Alright, here we have Driver 3. This is a game that I feel like really inspired Grand Theft Auto to take the third-person 3D kind of deal, and it kind of was trying to hold up against Grand Theft Auto, but then it just failed miserably. It's Driver. You hear of Driver now? No. This is Xmen Next Dimension. This is a cool 3D, 2D fighting game where you are the X-Men, and I remember when I went to go play this on my Xbox, it ran so slow, but the concept is so cool. It was a little rough to say, but at least the cover art is cool. I mean, come on. Alright, this is one of my favorite games that I love having people over for, and that game is Wrath Unleashed. This is a LucasArts game where you're basically playing chess, but then when the characters connect with each other, you're doing a 3D, 2D fighting game, and it's so much fun. You can use points. It's basically chess, but with like a Tekken, I don't know, kind of deal. It's really unique, and I absolutely love having people come over and play this with me. It's so much fun. Alright, and this is Return to Castle Wolfenstein. This is a great Bethesda game. The Wolfenstein games are fantastic, just like the Doom games. I prefer the Doom games more, but the recent Wolfenstein incarnations, the Old Blood and New Order, are absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what's going to be in Wolfenstein, the New Colossus. This is a game I had to buy because I did rent it from Blockbuster on the PS2 back in the day, and it is Whiplash. This is a really odd game. You're playing as like a weasel, and you also have like a rabbit attached to your wrist, and you use the rabbit as a weapon. It's very charming. It's very funny. The characters are very unique. You're in a facility doing animal testing, and I believe that you basically just have to break yourself out. And I think even PETA, the animal activists, support this game. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure something along those lines. This is by far one of my favorite Spider-Man games of all time, and that is Ultimate Spider-Man. This game, you not only play as Spider-Man, you also play as Venom, which is my favorite comic book character of all time. I thought this game just nailed Spider-Man, it nailed his villains, it nailed Venom, and it nailed basically, I would say even like a cinematic universe kind of deal. You are fighting Wolverine in this game, you're fighting a couple other characters, and you even see like the Human Torch. It was really cool to see like the crossover of Marvel characters in this game. This is a classic to anybody who does love skateboarding games, and this is Tony Hawk Underground 2. It's crazy. When you beat the game, you unlock Shrek. These Tony Hawk games were so awesome in the early 2000s, and this is one of my favorites. Alright, here we have the sequel to Underground, and it is Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Again, very excellent, very weird, very fun. All these pro skateboarders are so cool to see. It's awesome. Alright, we're reaching towards the bottom. This is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. This isn't a game I played much of on my original Xbox, but when I did play it, the graphics look absolutely fantastic for the time. It looks like it's actually an early Xbox 360 PS3 game, which is very, very shocking. Alright, and then we have the original Splinter Cell. This game is really cool. Again, you're like a secret, you're a secret spy, and you're kind of just breaking through everything. My favorite Splinter Cell is definitely Conviction. I felt like the characters were very grounded in that game, and even Sam Fisher, the main character, was very gritty and realistic, trying to get free of the spy organization he was with. And a big reason for me to buy this game is you can mod your Xbox because of Splinter Cell, the original. Then here are the last 3 games. This is a sequel to Nightmare Before Christmas and is Nightmare Before Christmas Oogie's Revenge. Haven't played much of it, but from what I did play, it seemed fun. Though every time they think you are going to hear a classic Nightmare Before Christmas song, they lie. You're not seeing Jack and Oogie and all these characters sing those original great songs. You're hearing them sing kind of knockoff songs. Thrillville. This is a game for people. Honestly, if you didn't have a PC and you couldn't play Roller Coaster Tycoon, play Thrillville. You could ride the rides, you could play all the mini games. It was really fun. Even the local multiplayer in this game was so addicting, and I had to pick it up for my original Xbox because I had so much fun with it on my PS2. And then last but not least is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus. I definitely think this game isn't the greatest, but that cover art is just awesome. This is a cool game, and a big reason why I bought it is because even on the back it tells you can unlock the original TMNT arcade game, which those games are awesome. But even looking online, how do I unlock the arcade TMNT games? Well, you got to be Chapter 9. Maybe one day, if a couple friends come over, we'll just kick back, relax, and play this game and try and unlock that awesome, awesome arcade game. That's about it with our video today on the Xbox Original Collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you collect Xbox Original video games, and also what your favorite console is, and even what your favorite Xbox video game is. Let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more upcoming content.